I will Twitch. I will jump in and I'll give your stream a little watch.
Hey everybody, welcome to the
Little watchy
Grimdark
watch.
Deadlands edition. As we start really late on a Thursday on kind of a by the seat of our pants.
We're cowboys.
Yeah, best thing we want to do when you're trying to introduce a new game and new campaign, just fuck it, jump in.
Where's Twitch? 618. There it is.
So welcome for anybody.
Hi.
Which no one's going to be watching right now.
Exactly. Hello world. That was the very first thing I ever coded.
Nick's on Giant Cam today. You get to see more of Nick because Brandon's not here.
Big Cam.
Okay, this
Big
may
Cam.
take a little bit to for everybody to learn the system and knock some rust out of brain. So it's 1884, I believe, is when this takes place. When we're kicking off.
Oh my God.
That's old as fuck.
Yeah. And we're starting out in the Philadelphia region. Not quite as citified as it is now, but metropolitan for the time nonetheless. And Jonathan, you get a message delivered to you. You're at a local saloon, and you need to go to headquarters.
I guess I'm gonna do that.
So you make your way across town. There's cobblestone and brick roads. People are civilized here. Several carts and horses going by. You make your way across town. As you enter, the little gal working the window there says, "Oh, boss wants to see you, Jonathan. Go on in."
Any idea why I'm here?
Said he had a job that only you could take care of.
Oh boy, I'm so excited by those words. They very nearly get me out of bed in the morning.
Oh, we all got to earn our keep.
Yeah. Oh, I guess I'll be right in, unless she's busy.
Nope, go on in.
All right.
And it's one of those old doors. It's got like the smoked glass on there. The wording on there's got the what are you playing again? God damn it! You're a
Marshal.
Marshal. It's like a Marshal's Law Office on there. It's got like the that gold colored paint on it, that goldish brown, real big block letters.
Mm-hmm.
And you go on in. He's like, "Ah, good thing you're here, Jonathan. I got something for you." And he lays down a piece of paper on his desk, and it's got a sketch of a man on there that you recognize, and it says "Wanted dead or alive, $1,000." And you know the name is Silas Calhoun. He's a known murderer, rapist, and horse thief.
Not the horses.
No, well, it
Sorry.
didn't say which ones he does what with.
Those other two I can find. I'm sorry.
I know you've had run in with him in the past and figured this would be the job you'd want to take. Word has it he's headed down Texas way, getting a gang together to head out, and from that point, rumor has it he's going to go try to find him a ghost rock mine.
Well, me personally, I'm not his biggest fan, but whatever he's planning on doing with anybody probably needs some sort of intervention. I just, he's not great.
You know, Kate, if you've got time to watch the damn stream, you can jump in the game and play.
Called out. Damn, brother.
No, wait. She's gonna jump in and she's gonna immediately
Yeah,
kill two innocents.
Yeah, that's that, right? She's got to wait to jump in and kill people at the right moment.
Yeah, she doesn't even have a gun. She could borrow. Yeah, I'll tell you what, Kate. You can borrow my gun, but I expect it back in perfect condition.
Okay.
Well, any idea how long I'd be out on this job?
As long as it takes to get the job done, unless we wire you that there's something more important coming along.
Any of those?
Her favorite gift to use in Discord.
Her response.
You can't ghost out when you were never here. So, I know there's a
More like
there's a train leaving in a couple days, so I'd get your affairs in order. If there's any extra gear you need that's within reason, we can accommodate. And then I know there's a contingent of cavalry they're sending down towards one of the forts down there in Texas. I think Fort Worth, where they're headed. And that's probably going to be the closest jump-off point for you. So we've already got your ticket, and he slides another envelope across on the desk. Got your ticket and a little bit of spending money.
He'll just sort of nod his head and then pick up the ticket like, okay, well, ain't gonna be any help from the locals, or is this just me? Or
At the
What's-
moment,
what's
just you.
exactly the
Said
whole
if
plan?
here he's putting a posse together, so you may want to pick one of your own up. I'll leave that discretion to you. What you think you'll need. Otherwise,
Excellent.
like normal, Marshall does his job alone or with the help of what he can pick up.
Well, I'll let the wife know, and then I'll be on my way.
And he lets me know he has a wife to use against him.
Yeah, I can't give you a kid because I already know that that's just dead in the water. But
I think the term you're looking for is stillborn.
Wow.
potato.
That's when we're grimdark Deadlands.
I took it somewhere it didn't need to go.
Okay, so you head out and get your
Yep.
unless there's something you want to be more detailed about, get your affairs in order.
Nah, I'm not gonna make you RP my wife. It's fine.
Oh, darling, do you have to go? When will you be home?
Yes.
Let me at least give you a little loving before you go.
Oh my.
Brown chicken,
I want to hear Bradley roleplay that.
brown chicken, brown cow. So you get your affairs in order. You're heading to a couple days go by, and you head towards a train. As you're getting there, you see them loading up horses in one of the cars. Cavalry unit. You can tell they've got their markings on them and what unit they're with. Another car, it's like a flatbed. They're loading up theirs. Looks like a wagon, but most of it is constructed of metal. There's wood and stuff there, but there's a lot of metal on it. It's got pipes coming off of it. You've seen a few of them, but very strange contraption. And work your way down and find the car that you're in. Most of the people in here are the cavalrymen. There's a few infantrymen in there as well. The only seat looks like it's really open is next to a gentleman who's by himself. His hair's a little wily. Looks like it could be kept a little bit more. He's an older gentleman. But there's a seat across from him that's open.
Well, I'm gonna sit across from him.
Okay. Well, first of all, what do you look like? How are you dressed? What does Jonathan Lawrence look like?
He's got his nice overcoat on, and then his vest. He's probably got like a holster on at his hip, and He's got to fix the whole situation before he sits down, and a nice matching set of pants and some nice shoes on. He's probably stuffed his suitcase in the overhead bin, or maybe underneath the seat. Whatever.
Okay.
Trains are not my forte.
Mine neither. And the gentleman across from you, he looks like. What does he look like, Jack?
Well, he's wearing a pretty nice outfit. Got some tweed going on. He's wearing a bowler hat that his messy white hair is kind of sticking out from underneath, like the bowler hat's in the middle and the hair is sticking out on either side. So he kind of looks a little bit ridiculous. He's fiddling with some sort of contraption, just something to keep his hands busy. He seems like the kind of guy that if he's not working on something, he's either asleep or dead if he's not working on something. But yeah, pretty nice outfit. He's not the tallest gentleman. He's about 5'10", 5'9", you'd imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Got some goggles on that he's looking at his whatever he's working on with.
So you sit down next to.
And
Go ahead.
What's he working on exactly? Like what is the table like? Is he just like sprawled out all over the table basically?
There's just a wide assortment of things that you're not even sure if he knows what they are.
Just wires and light bulbs and screws and screwdrivers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Baling wire and duct tape.
You see him pick something up and he's like, no, not that one. And then he puts it back down on the table and picks up something else. No, not that one either.
You mind if I take this seat here?
Oh, no, absolutely not.
All right. I won't take up much space. I see that you've got a bit of a situation going on here.
Oh, well, I can't help myself sometimes. Sometimes when the urge hits me, I gotta do it. Feel free to sit down though. Let me. He tries to move some stuff out of the way. Doesn't really.
It just kind of like slides back to where it was. It's like, yeah, that's about as best I can do. Yeah, I'll give him a nice tip of the hat and sit down and sort of pull out my newspaper.
So, where are you going, friend?
Is your badge clearly visible, or?
Yeah, it's on the front left
Lapel.
pocket. It'd be upsetting if people didn't know who I was.
And so you can definitely see that he's a marshal.
Dixon looks a little bit closer. He's like, "Oh, a marshal."
Yes, sir.
You going to apprehend no good doer?
Oh yeah,
Ne'er do well.
An old run-in of mine is headed to Texas, and we got wind of it, and I'm the lucky one who gets to go follow him.
Oh, sounds exciting.
I really hope it's not. I want to get back home.
Little did he know he would never see his wife and family again.
No.
He's going to sail across the ocean to a foreign land. I'm sorry, wrong campaign.
It's called Europa.
Fuck. You know what these things are. If you a little too much excitement and you're out here for a bit longer than you'd expect.
Oh well, I actually wouldn't mind being out and about more. Spend my spent most of my life in a factory.
And how old are you
what sort
again?
of factory?
How old is Dixon?
He is 70 years old.
Yeah, so this is an old man.
So what sort of factory is that?
Oh, I worked in the old City of Gloom for Hellstrom.
You've heard the name.
Mhm.
All kinds of gadgets and inventions. And Hellstrom himself, not known to be a good man. But everybody uses a lot of not everybody, but a lot of people use his inventions.
I'll raise an eyebrow and be like, okay, yeah, I mean, familiar enough with that. What you what sort of things have you made that anything I may have heard of?
Also, you would know he's a long way from home because we're the city of Gloom's in Utah.
Oh,
Damn.
And y'all are leaving Philly.
Oh, well, nothing major. I mostly tinkered around and helped improve the working conditions for my fellow workers. Nothing really big that went to mass market.
all right, all right. Well, where do you call home?
Well, right now, wherever I lay my head, my coach is my home, I guess.
Well,
Figured I'd stayed in one place so long, I should get out and see the world while I still can.
Oh my god, he's a hippie.
well, um,
Oh, that not charged.
I suppose we'll see each other down in Texas.
Well, sure. You need any gizmos or gadgets? I know a guy who can help you out with that.
I don't suppose I'd shy away from the
And
help.
as he says that, he touches like a side of the thing he's working on, and he obviously gets a little zap. Like, yeah.
Well, I'll keep that in mind. I'll probably take just about any help I can get. I've never been down that far south before. I and I'm not really looking to tackle this job alone. So
Well, it sounds exciting. If you're hiring, I'm in.
That was quick.
let's. What was your? Has your character even told me his name yet?
Have you?
No, but I was going to ask. I was just making sure I didn't miss it. I'm
Oh,
sorry,
yeah.
sir. What was your name again?
It occurs to me we haven't even introduced ourselves. Oh, my name's Duxley, Dixon Duxley. Nice to meet you. And he sticks his hand out.
I'll reach my hand out and shake it. Jonathan Lawrence. But I wouldn't want to invite any harm your way. Far be it from me to report excess deaths and innocence, no less.
Oh, well, I know how to handle myself. And he zaps himself again.
Well, anything you might be able to give me a quick glimpse into what handling yourself looks like? He says that like as you shock yourself.
Well, not in the train car.
You ever had 21.1 gigawatts flow through your body?
No, but I've gone back in time. At least that's what I thought. Then I woke up the next day with a hangover.
Oh man. Well, I mean, if you think you've got something to show me when we get into town, I'd like to see it.
All right, well, I'll be sure to show you.
You're making me nervous. Mr. Duxley.
I'm not completely dangerous.
The confidence, it's staggering. Well, suppose I'll be looking forward to that after this quite thrilling train ride.
God. Sorry, I'm looking at some NPCs here. I'm like, fuck. Thing's gross. Now I'm gonna have to throw it at you.
Oh my god.
Okay.
No.
So train line goes on, or train ride goes on for a couple of days. Takes to get several different rest stops for people getting off, people getting on. If there's anything you want to do along the way at any stop, otherwise, eventually the train pulls up in near the stockyards in Fort Worth, Texas. Everybody gets out, and you see your friend that you made along the way, Mr. Duxley, heading back towards that flat box or the flat top, and telling them, "Be careful, here and there, and don't bend that, and don't do this." As they get his wagon off the car, and you're now free to roam about the city.
Well, Mr. Dixon, what is this a proper time? Are we in a spacious enough area? You might be able to indulge me.
Oh, sure. Let's see here. All right, now this isn't going to hurt, but I will need you to stand still for a second.
Oh, sure. I suppose.
Or, I could use it on this dummy, but it's much more fun if it's on someone else. A
I guess I wa-
practical a practical showing,
You're not gonna kill me, are you?
No, I said it wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, death is painless sometimes, right?
You are not I can promise you with 94% certainty that this will not kill you.
It's like I'm not very good at math, Mr. Dixon.
That's a very high number.
All right. I'll take your word for it.
All right, I'm going to cast Entangle on my new friend.
Okay. Make your roll.
I'm not even going to target him. I'm just going to...
Oh.
Yep, that's with a raise. So.
Oh, it is, because it's for...
Yep.
All right, well, you see, there's a little box on his leg, and the box pops open, and a rope pops out and makes a lasso, and it lassos you,
What the hell?
and you get you get tied up real good.
He's immediately going to start struggling and looking very
Yeah, you catch it. Some of the soldiers take notice of this, and they like pull their rifles down because they see a lawman in trouble. Let him go, man! You hear the all the muskets being cocked back.
Oh no! He volunteered. I'm not gonna hurt him.
They look at you, Jonathan.
I mean, can you get it off? I'm not going to be like this forever, am I?
It's your life now. You agreed to my terms.
This is not incredibly helpful.
You are bound. Congratulations.
Jesus. Well, I mean,
Well, you know what? Dick, well, fuck. If I walk over towards you with a knife, they're gonna shoot me. So you're on your own for this one.
hold on, fellas. Dixon, can you please get me out?
He'll walk over and like untangle you from the ropes.
All right. Well, I see what your kind of invention, your a little bit of your style.
Yeah, I call that my desperado detainer.
Well, I mean, it seems that was something else. I ain't never seen anything like that before. I mean, if
Yeah,
you
just
wanna,
imagine if you had been in a combat situation, you would have been distracted and had and had attacks be easier to land on you.
hmm.
Theoretically.
Well, I mean, if you want to stick around, I guess you could work for me, I suppose.
Sounds good. That's just one of my little tricks. And he cackles a little bit.
Oh well, you know, don't use them all in one spot, you know.
Oh, don't worry.
Damn thing! I'm trying to show you a picture.
Oh, I'll be right back.
And I've got it in the ass, but it's who was that? Jack.
Jack said, "Yeah, he's getting up."
Okay. Fit. There we go. Had I had time to prepare better. I was going to get a bunch of pictures and stuff done, and I was like, I'll have this nice, cool, descriptive narrative for the opening instead of like, oh, hey, we're playing this game. Here we go. Done.
I believe in your ability to do that.
Share this. There you go.
Ooh.
There's the stockyard. Actual picture
I like
of the
it.
stockyards from the 1800s. They're supposedly.
That is
Beautiful.
cool.
No, it's not the 1800s. There's Coca-Cola.
I see Coca-Cola.
Yeah, I say Coca-Cola.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I see Coca.
It could be
I don't know when,
either late, like 1890. I don't know. When would that
I
be?
put in stockyards 1800s, and that was one of the images that came up. So, but I'm like, yeah, that's still pretty old. Let's see.
It was formed in 1892. So
Yeah.
So y'all are a few.
could be.
Coca-Cola was.
Yeah.
So y'all are.
Although remember, this is kind of technically an alternate universe, so it is technically possible Coca-Cola was founded sooner.
I mean, ignoring the Coca-Cola sign, I think we're fine.
Pretend that sign is something else.
Weird cola.
Smith and Roebuck.
There you go.
But yeah, there's an old photo of the area. And heading those Longhorn, taking them down to some pens to be auctioned off. As you're taking in the sights, because this is a bit different from what you're used to back up in the northern states. While they still have cattle and stuff, that come through, not nearly as much as what you're seeing in this area. And there is a lot of cattle moving in and out. There is a place, a nice little saloon slash restaurant that looks inviting, called Cattleman's. I don't know if it was around back then. I've been there.
Sounds like a nice place. I think I'd go there second. Probably want to check in with any form of local law enforcement.
You like that's what you're looking for first?
Yeah.
And wait till Jack gets back in case if he's going with or what. Yeah, it's a few years before Cattleman's opens up at 1947, so
Just a few
a couple
years.
years. But
Okay, I'm
in this
sorry, I had
universe,
something
it's
in my
open.
eye.
No worries.
Okay, so I shared a picture
Yeah.
with you, Jack. That's actually from the stockyards.
Oh.
Probably not the date correct, considering we see a Coca-Cola sign there. But when did you say Coca-Cola formed? It wasn't that
1892.
1892. So
yeah.
y'all are only like what,
Like
8 years
before
away?
that?
Yeah, 8 years
Yeah.
away from the formation of Coca-Cola.
Maybe Coca-Cola as a company, but maybe this is the first Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Actually, it'd be better like Dr. Pepper. I don't know when Dr. Pepper formed either.
I prefer Dr. Cola.
Dr. Cola, Dr. Thunder. There's a saloon slash restaurant off to the side called Cattleman's, near where y'all are at, Jack. And Jonathan's talking about going looking for the local marshal's office. What do you want to do?
Dixon will just follow the marshal around since he's working for him now.
Okay. You're starting to look around, about to ask somebody where the marshal's office is, and you hear a commotion coming from the saloon, and this one guy comes flying out on his back, and another guy steps out from the swinging doors, and what's Pat look like? Pax look like?
So Pax is typical when you think of like what a typical cowboy looks like. Very much so. He is wearing he's got his he's got his hat. He's definitely packing. He's got his gun strapped in his holster on his side. He's got his assless chaps. Luckily, he is wearing pants, so his ass is not hanging out.
Has he got his armored jacket on?
Oh yeah, you can see he's got some light armor kind of sewn into his duster. And then he has this beautiful. You can't quite tell it. You're not close enough to recognize it. But any point, if you get close enough, you'll realize that he is wearing a garment, more of a cloth that was actually made by a Native American tribe and gifted to him. And he wears that kind of as a what are those? What are those called?
Scarf?
No, there's an actual term
A
for
shawl?
it. Let me. Is it shawl? I don't think it's shawl,
noose?
right? Yeah. Maybe it is a shawl. Yeah, it is a shawl. Yeah, so it's not a full shawl. It's like a much smaller one.
Give me a notice roll, Jonathan.
Me?
Jonathan.
Nope, never mind.
Yeah, you definitely see as this guy stands there and kind of squares himself away, looking at the guy that just hit the ground. You catch the gleam of a badge also, but it looks a bit different. It looks like a ranger badge.
Excuse me, Ranger, sir.
And so you're being held there, Pax. But you also this guy. Why has he come flying out of the bar? What did he do?
Let's see.
Didn't I tell you not to touch the girls?
Yeah, I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say he's a drunk. He is. He's harassing the establishment and the patrons, and he's been asked several times to leave while Pax has been there. And finally getting frustrated with it, Pax has taken it upon himself to kick him out.
So you've just been held by this gentleman on the street.
Mm-hmm.
You look up and you clearly see it's a guy with a marshal's badge, dressed and looks like a marshal as well. Not
Okay.
A little bit. The garb's a little different. Not the Texas marshals have a little bit different swagger to them. Their hats are a little different. This looks too city.
City boy, huh? I'm going to look down on the drunkard at my feet, and I'm gonna just assume his name's Randall, and I'm gonna lean down. I'm gonna kind of snarl. If I hear you causing trouble in there again, Randall, I ain't gonna be throwing you out again. You hear me? And I kind of pat. I pat my holster and a sort of threatening. I'm clearly intimidating him. I actually have no intentions of killing him, but I'm just trying to scare the shit out of him.
Give me an intimidation roll.
All right. Explode.
Yeah. So he's yes sir. And he gets up and he's stumbling. Of course, he's half drunk. He's also scared, and his boots are slipping on the bricks of the road there, and he lands face first in a big cow pie, and just gets up and then just runs off.
I'm satisfied with that. I'll turn to the marshal and I'll tip my hat towards him, and I'll say, is it afternoon or is it morning?
I say this is a
Like,
little
what
bit
time is it?
afternoon.
Okay. I'll kind of shout over to him. Afternoon there, Marshal. A little far from home, ain't you?
Yes, sir. I'm looking to check in the local office. My new, I don't know. I can't. I don't know if I've deputized the man yet, but well, a new friend of mine here. Just looking to check in at the range or the marshal's office.
And he's got an old man with him.
Okay.
Just old.
Uh,
Just very old.
What's my impression of this old man? what
I don't
like,
know. I mean,
Pax, does he look just like you described him previously, or does he look a little different right now?
No, he's the same.
Okay.
Kind of ridiculous
I'll
and old.
I'll give him. I mean, I'll give him the respect that his age deserves. He's got something going for him that he can live this long.
Man, you were taught to respect your elders.
Yeah, I'll nod to him, and I'll
Takes some nods back.
Yeah, I'll say, howdy there, partner. So do I know where the nearest, I guess, headquarters is, or the
Yeah, you'll
nearest
know where the
office,
marshal's
or
office is.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give him some directions there. I mean, is my horse tied up outside, or like where's my horse right now?
Tell me, where's your horse?
Okay. Well, if I can tie the horse up outside, the horse is outside of the bar saloon that I was just in.
Oh, I forgot about that too. Didn't Jonathan, you have a horse? Didn't you? Didn't you get one on character creator?
I figured I'd pick it up at the marshal's office. I don't think I'd get off the train and just well, this
maybe
is my horse now.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know how you wanted to play.
I'm commandeering your horse.
You could have had it and brought it with because they were transporting horses with the cavalry.
Fuck that noise.
Yeah, that works. So
All right, he'll get a loaner. Hertz rental horses.
There you go.
Yeah, so okay, yeah. I'd be all right, I'll give him like the directions. I'll say yeah, Marshall Station is down the street, couple streets over. Happy to show you the way.
I'd appreciate that.
So I'll untie my horse and I'll just take the lead and I'll lead them along with my horse.
Okay. I'm assuming there was a basically kind of a staging area for stuff. So I'm assuming that you're going to leave your wagon in that area. Or are you going to be trying to like limp it, take it along the streets with you, Dixon?
No, you'll just he'll leave it there.
Okay. So you make your way. You have to wait a little bit. Just about that time, they have another herd of cattle coming through, and this is just a long line of cattle going through. Wait for a little bit.
I'll make some small talk real quick. Try and get the lay of the land with these two strangers. I'll ask where they're from. Where are you from there, Marshall?
Pittsburgh.
Ah, took you for a city man.
Explains the
I'll,
very clean clothes, the
Yep.
hat without too much of a bend in the brim.
I'll hold out my hand to give him a handshake, and I'll introduce myself as the name's Pax T. Austin.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Austin.
You make some pleasantry. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, it's like I was just gonna say the pleasure's mine, and I'll extend the same handshake to Dixon.
Dixon shakes your hand.
And then I'm just
Right.
gonna assume I kind of learned
Yeah,
the same things that he already, he's from Utah and yada yada.
Yeah, so you exchange some pleasantries and wait the cows finally get moving by, and you head on down the road. Just a couple blocks, you get to the marshal's headquarters.
This here's your office, Marshal. Welcome to Texas, and keep your wits about you.
Say, you're not looking for any work, are you, Pax?
Well, I'm on ongoing assignment, but perhaps our paths lead in the same direction. What kind of work are you conducting in Texas?
I'll show him the poster.
Okay. Do I recognize the man in the poster?
Give me a common knowledge roll.
Common knowledge. Okay, there it is. Oh, explode.
It's a success. So you've not seen, you don't know the man, but you have heard the name.
Hmm. Ah, recognize the name. Can't say I've ever heard anything nice said about him. So, what brings a marshal all the way from Pittsburgh out here to Texas chasing this man?
Oh, he's they claim he's dangerous. He's up to no good. They want it done. They want it done quick.
Well, can't say that he was on my list of crooks and outlaws, but I don't mind adding him to it. You know where he's at? Got any leads?
Well, Sorting, hoping, getting something going when I checked out the office here.
Well, then, by
So-
all means, don't allow me to keep you waiting.
Well, I'll let you know what I know if you're interested.
I think I am, Marshall.
And so you're on good terms and stuff with the local law here too. So y'all collaborate on stuff.
Okay.
So it's not like you're a stranger or anything here.
Okay. Yeah, I'll tie up my horse outside, and I'll go into the marshal's office with him.
Oh,
And so y'all head in, and one of the guys there's like, Pax, what brings you in? Nothing. And then he kind of sees the guy behind you, looks at you, he's like, Marshall? And
Yeah.
tips his hat to you.
Found one of your boys lost outside. Thought I'd bring him by.
That doesn't look like one of ours, but his badge is always welcome here. What can I do for you, Marshall?
I'll show him the poster.
Ah, so you're the one they sent down from Philly.
That'd be me. And looks like I picked up some help along the way, and I'll point over at Dixon, the quite elderly man in the corner.
Kind of cocks an eyebrow, like, so you city boys like to bring the hard hitters, don't you? Kind of chuckles. And then one of the other guys in the room kind of looks up and has a chuckle himself.
Well, he's got. There's got to be a good reason he's that old, right?
Well, they say don't mess with an old man in a young man's game.
Yeah, I'm most likely gonna make his deputize him and make it official, and just everything's above board.
He's wrangled you into this 2-packs?
What can I say? Always like putting another dirty outlaw on the ground.
Well, then you might be glad you hooked up with this man, because heard he's teamed up with old damn it, what I named the guy? With old Ricky Gringo. And this is a guy that you've had tangles with and have been hunting for a while and always manages to slip out of your grasp.
All right, my easy smile will kind of fade for a minute, and I'll get a very kind of I'll get a very hard stare when he mentions that name. You don't say.
Yeah, I heard he's rounding up a group of boys. Ricky and his crew may be joining him.
Well, Marshall, looks like I'm getting looks like I'm getting more than I initially bargained for, and I mean that in a good way.
Oh well, you know what they say, Pax. The more the merrier, right?
Mm-hmm. I take a bullet out of my revolver. I unload it and I hold it up so that he can see it, and I say, "This bullet right here is the one I'm saving for that slimy son of a bitch."
Well, make sure it's not in your gun when you use it, and you better put his name on it too, so you don't forget.
That's the joke. All the bullets look the same.
I see. I'll look over at the marshal. Is he a natural born comedian?
You never know what old Pack's gonna say. So, we got the telegram and the information he was headed here, and said to set you up a little bit. So, that old gray one out there, that one's yours. And you can see out the window there's a gray horse. Or I don't know what kind of horse do you have?
A nice gray horse.
Okay, well, it could be whatever. I was just telling you because I was looking. I think I put the there's the icon on your page is gray.
I think I just have horse.
Well, I put it under. It's under your. Let's see. You go under your main tab. There's allies, and your horse is listed.
Yeah, it's just horse.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah.
Yep, mine too.
It's always Roach.
I have an ally. Exactly. They're always Roach. They're all Roach.
What's going on, Brandon?
I've been here for some minutes.
Yeah, see, after that one, I see like, oh, break's connected. So, you get your stuff gathered up there and decide to head out. And it's after getting
Before I head out, I have to ask them, do I have a place to stay?
they sent you spending money. They said so. Wherever you decide to lay your head, they'll accept your cash or coin.
God damn it. All right. This isn't the first time I've had to make accommodations.
And we'll say that they also go out and they pull out some paperwork and stuff and go over more details of last known locations, other aliases, contacts that may be joining up with Silas. Give you a copy of local map and surrounding
I
area.
have to ask another important question. Does he does the man I'm at, does Mr. Silas have a signature weapon? A signature style, perhaps?
I don't know. You tell me, does he?
Shit, I don't know, dude.
You help paint the narrative.
Bro, we'll have to do that one next time.
Yeah, he's got he
Pantses everyone and
Yeah.
steals their
he
pants.
steals their pants.
My God. What sort of monster?
No, y'all are
Dude,
landlocked here. Nobody steals pants. There's no bay to throw them in here. You're too far inland.
All right.
Yeah, you just throw them into the
Yeah,
desert.
He's got a gold inlaid 45.
Ooh.
Hard to miss that one.
I heard he's hard to miss too.
Oh man.
So by this time, you going over information and doing things. It's approaching like 5 o'clock or so, and it's been a while since y'all have had anything to eat. Since they were pulling in their lunch, they didn't serve anything on the train, so breakfast was the last thing you had.
Hey, I'm a bit famished. What about you boys?
Oh yeah, I could go for a bite to eat.
I reckon so.
So y'all head down the road and kind of heading back towards Cattleman's. You have to make a detour because there's a couple wagons broke down. Horses got tangled up for whatever reason. So you go down a couple alleys to skirt around. And of course, you eat steak all the time, Pax. And
Oh.
City Boy,
delicious.
one thing catches your eye, Jonathan, as you're walking by, you see what says Western Spaghetti.
Well,
Being a city boy, I figure you probably like spaghetti.
from what I know about spaghetti, is that it is not a Western dish. Pax, what's going on here? I'm not too familiar with these Italian dishes, but I think somebody has their directions wrong.
From what you know about it, he's only been set up a few months, and business isn't really doing good. People around here just don't seem to be into spaghetti, whatever that is.
Okay. I'll tell you honest, partner. It ain't half bad. It ain't no flank steak, nor any kind of steak. I guess if you got the taste for it, it's good, but it's not my style. It's not really anyone here's style, if you catch my meaning.
Yeah, I'd fetch you guys for more of a meat and potatoes crowd.
Yep, hold the potatoes.
While you guys are sitting outside the establishment, you hear like a "Ah!" from the back end of the building.
I mean, that's just probable cause all on its own. I might as well go look at it.
I'll lead the way, Marshal.
Well, I mean, you coming with Dixon?
Well, absolutely. There's spaghetti in there.
So you going through the front, or
just
you
gonna
going
mu-
around like
mutter
where you
about
heard
city.
the noise?
No, we'll go in through the front. I imagine to
Oh,
an
wait,
empty
wait.
parlor.
Are you saying the noise was like behind the place or inside the place in the back?
So it's got like saloon doors on the front because you just got to do that. But it sounded like it came through the building.
Okay.
Okay, so
I'll just
you heard it
mutter
out
as
the
they
front
go in.
door, but it
Yeah.
was muffled.
okay, so
I'm just gonna kind of mutter under my breath about city boys not wanting no damn steak.
so y'all head in and say this isn't a very run down place, but what's the interior look like there?
So there's like 6 or 7 round tables set up. Some of them are gathering dust. Some of them close to the bar area look like they've been used occasionally. This is one of those places that's kind of inching by on its liquor license. But you continue to hear some like muffled grunts and painful sounds through like a back door that's kind of off to the side of the bar area. There's nothing going on in like the eatery right now. Like nobody's there.
Would I have met Drago at any point? I seeing that that's your name, and seeing as I've probably been in town for a while.
I mean, you said you've tried this place before.
That is true, but like, would I have actually like taken the time to get to know the owner?
Well, do you
So I
have any
joined really
help, or is it
late.
just a one-man operation?
Yeah.
Right now, it's just him.
So you've met
Okay.
him. You may not know
He's-
him.
Okay.
So
I'll,
I imagine pretty quickly it would have caught attention that he's also a rudimentary medic.
All right. I'm gonna just assume that I maybe don't know his name, or that I do, but I don't feel that we're on a good enough speaking terms for me to call him by his name. So I'll just shout out, "You okay in there, partner?"
You hear like a metallic ringing sound as something falls to the floor against the floorboards, and then like a wooden drawer gets shoved closed. Oh, you're going to be fine. Just keep the press on it and whatever. And then he pushes the door open that you guys were hearing some shouts come through. Yes, how can I help you?
Oh well, my compatriots and I were looking for a little something to eat.
There's blood like straight down his leather smock.
But if you're busy,
Or spaghetti
yeah,
sauce.
I mean,
You can't tell.
if this is a bad time, I mean,
What? Oh no, that's not a bad time at all. What? Just hold on. Please pick whatever table you like. There are cleaner ones right now, but and he.
we'll just stand in the middle of the big empty room full of tables.
Yeah.
All right, I
Dirty
must.
tables, dusty
There's
tables.
there's a bit of a supply line crisis right now. We don't have spaghetti because we're not getting Durham wheat, but I do have meatballs.
I mean,
Yeah.
we're
What-
already
yeah.
here.
What what kind of critters you put in them meatballs?
What? Meat. Meat the
Yeah,
balls.
but what critters them's meat from?
From the
Are
way
you
I
are you a
understand
food critic? I knew they were going to follow me from Boston.
it. Oh, you're a Boston man.
Okay, I've said too much. No, it's 100% pure Western cattle.
That's all you had to say, partner.
It's just
Sounds
gonna be
good to
s-
me. Load
gonna
me
be
up
s-
a plate full of meatballs.
Sweet, I
gonna
got
be-
that one for free.
It's gonna bring out steak balls.
Jason Statham's.
Well, we'll be out here waiting on those meatballs. I suppose any bread or I don't know Anything
Where are
with
the
and,
endless breadsticks?
I'm really not getting much in the way. I really got to figure out why no one's bringing me the wheat anymore. That's becoming a problem.
Are you telling me that all you have here, sir, are meatballs?
Wait, so
After all.
you're telling me there's more to this Western spaghetti than just meatballs?
Yes, that would be the spaghetti.
You don't know what that is.
I look at you befuddled. I've never seen a spaghetti. I've never fought or killed a spaghetti. I don't know what a spaghetti is.
I'm just
Um,
gonna, I'm gonna look over at Dragon. This is gonna be his first time eating spaghetti. Is this how you
Oh,
want
no,
it
it's
to go?
not because he doesn't have spaghetti.
I
Look,
know.
I've been
Have you gentlemen been
put-
paying attention?
I
No.
keep putting notices up on the board, and no one seems to want to figure out why the wheat isn't coming into town anymore.
Tell you what, it's probably something to do with Mr. Sullivan. I'm gonna line those up right now. Sorry, Mr. Silas. My apologies. Thousands of apologies.
Mr. Calhoun.
Maybe I should use better nails. Anyway, he turns. So as he passes by, he's just got like a plain like white shirt underneath this heavy like leather. You can't tell if it's like a butcher's smock or like a doctor's thing because it's just covered in red. Some of it's old and dark. There's a little bit on his cheek. He's got what you can look at my profile picture for the mustache deal. There's a big, massive meat cleaver hanging off like a leather holster on his hip, and like a little black bolo tie that's kind of keeping things together at the collar. And he just like swings through and goes back past the bar and into the kitchen area, which is creepily close to the medical area, because they're just one door apart.
No
And
hygiene
then-
issues here.
Yep. You don't hear a running sink or anything, but he comes back out with there's three of you, three like shallow plate bowls with like good baseball-sized meatballs, like four of them in a nice red sauce with a little bit of herb over the top.
Oh, this looks delicious.
What'd you gonna do to the meat? It's
I
ground.
made
I
it
mean,
in-
it's ground, right? It's ground beef.
Oh yeah.
You said this was a cattle. What'd you doggone do with it?
Well, Look, I broke it up into really small pieces, and then I kneaded it with some herbs and spices and some egg from the chickens, and then cooked it in a nice Dutch oven, and then brought it out and covered it in like my special sauce. And look, you should pick up the fork and take a fucking bite.
Pax, don't be rude.
All right. I'll give it a gander.
Yes, take a bite.
Oh,
What was that?
Sorry. What was
hold on,
that?
wait a minute.
What was that, partner?
Sorry, clearing my throat.
I'll take the fork, and I'm assuming you probably are stand up-ish enough to include knives as well, right? Forks and knives.
You've got whatever utensils yes, this is such a non-used restaurant right now. It's
Okay.
like, oh great, let me get those out of storage. But here you go. Like
I'll make a show of taking the fork and the knife and cutting a nice piece of the meatball off, and then like taking it.
he forgets for a long while and then does run back with napkins for everybody.
And everyone will notice that despite being a Texas Ranger and clearly looking like he lives a decently rough life, he actually knows his proper table manners and table etiquette, and he'll take a bite of the meatball.
Does anybody need to make vigor checks?
Meatball, dude. I cooked it to perfection.
Okay, just making sure.
I
We're not
cooked
going to
it
start off with
perfection.
any
What are you
corruption going
guys
on here. or
thinking right
anything.
now?
Hey, that was the DM's question, not ours. All right.
All right, now on a scale of
Slaughtered that cow
of
myself.
1 to 10, I'm gonna
Jesus.
grade how it is compared to the delicious steak.
It's pretty.
Woo.
All right, it's not bad.
7 out of 10. Perfect.
You know,
Yeah,
Jonathan's
you know,
Jonathan's getting into it. He's got his elbow on the table. He's just shoveling them down. He's like, nope. Yeah, this is pretty good.
yeah. Yeah, now
Draco's
that
just
I've
like leaning back with his arms folded, beaming.
now that I've tried it, I'll put the cutlery down and I'll just pick up a meatball with my hand and start eating it.
Shit, since you're here,
No,
get on
that's
cam,
not the.
Brandon.
Oh, whatever. What?
Tell Brandon to get on cam so we don't have giant Nick.
Dude, I haven't set up anything.
Ah.
No. You're lucky I
on,
jumped
just
in
have
as
the
late as I
background.
did.
Just looking at that, I'm like, I've still got giant Nick.
Yeah.
His forehead is beautiful.
I gotta unzip and unfold the green screen and set up the tress. And no.
You act like we
Well,
care
why
what the
didn't you do that
background looks
earlier?
like.
Exactly. We don't
I
care.
haven't found the right background. I'm gonna figure it out.
So it's just gonna be.
I
the
barely
wall.
got the profile picture up in time.
Well,
Yeah, I
Draco,
noticed you had a pretty lady up there a minute ago.
I appreciate the good service here.
And nobody, the whole time here, no one else even like looks in the door.
I mean, is there like is there noise coming from there still?
Oh, you hear people outside, yeah, but just nobody seems interested in coming in here.
Oh, I thought you meant like whatever was going on in the back
No.
room.
No, we
Okay.
don't talk about the back room.
So y'all finish up your meal and have a little chit chat. Drago kind of hangs out a little bit because it's just excited that somebody's actually in his place of business. And
Yeah, he's kind of sitting at like the next table over, just kind of arm on the table and head on his hand, just kind of watching. So this is what it's like to run a restaurant.
and about
So,
go ahead.
I was just gonna. So Drago. I mean, you're obviously doing something before we got here. What exactly do you do here? You know, that's not
Who's
food
talking to me,
related.
by the way?
Jonathan.
And I missed all the character intros.
I'm the marshal.
Oh yeah,
Garrett
that's true.
is
Well,
So I
Jonathan.
probably know that you're the marshal.
I'm wearing my badge on my
Yeah.
chest.
Yeah,
He's got a
Garrett is
marshal's badge.
Jonathan. He's the marshal. Nick is playing Pax, a Texas Ranger. Jack
A
is
local.
Mr. Dixon Duxley, a very old man with crazy hair. That's all you know.
He's also old as shit.
He's 70
Like
years old.
70.
Makes
Marshall,
Proximo
I-
look
I-
young.
Yeah.
I did submit the right paperwork, I hope, but maybe it got lost in a pile or a gunfight or something. Those do
He's
seem to
just
happen.
gonna be waving his hands. He's like, no. I don't give a shit about any of that. I'm not a local marshal. Okay, I'm out of here
Oh.
from Pittsburgh.
That's a really long ride. And okay, well, in that case, I am the only Italian eatery owner in this town, and I also happen to supply some medical support.
As you barely get that out of
From
your
the back door.
mouth, you hear the sound of like two cats just start tearing into each other. You've heard cats fight. And it sounds like it's coming from the kitchen area, and then you hear glass breaking and a whoosh sound, and you start seeing lights dancing from the back, like firelight.
That's not
Yeah.
part of my special recipe.
You got anybody working back there? Please tell me you got somebody working back there.
I really wish I could tell you that, but no, it's just me. I haven't made enough money to hire anybody.
Pax is gonna recognize that the telltale. It sounds like a fire, right?
Yeah, now it's noticeable because
Yeah.
as y'all are kind of like, hey, you got anybody back having this short little conversation, you hear he's got grease or some sort of fuel back there, and you hear that bigger whoosh sound, and you definitely see flames starting to like the walls. This is kind of a rundown place, and you see like through the cracks in the walls and the pieces of wood that's missing, you definitely see flames coming up and spreading quick across the back.
Please don't kill my
All right.
restaurants in the first episode, DM.
I'm gonna
Kill what?
Kill your what now?
I'm gonna leap
Just
up.
killed my character.
I'm gonna leap up, and I'm gonna shout, "Fire! Everyone out!"
To the 3 other people in the room.
Yeah.
It's funny. He sits there and just yells right in your faces. Fire!
Yes, thank you. We know.
Do I have any inclination that like I still had like a heat source near like a bunch of fat or something?
You had like a lantern in there that was on the counter, and then you heard the cats fighting, and then you heard glass break. So you kind of put 2 and 2 together real quick that cats got in there. Apparently, didn't leave the back door, and you got food on the counter and got in there, and then 2 of them started fighting over the food.
So the reason I'm asking is since he's worked in the kitchen for a while, he would either be running for the baking soda to put out a grease fire, or he would be running for some water to put out a regular fire.
It's at this point a regular fire because it's starting to coat the back walls and starting. This is a bunch of old. Because you had a rundown place. This is old, dried out timber. So it's starting to go up pretty quick.
He's very briefly going to run to the medical door and peek in and say, okay, if you're not out in like 30 seconds, you're going to die. And then he's going to run out the front door towards the well.
Look over at Dixon. You don't have any gadgets for this, do you?
No.
I'm gonna.
I'll
gonna
go
see
get
who
the
he was
buckets.
talking to. Yeah, who did he just talk to?
Don't know.
I want to see.
But we're going to do a dramatic task now.
Oh,
This is one of the Savage
Okay.
World things. So
we haven't done this yet.
this is.
I don't either. Okay, so you're going to try to put out this fire, and you heard that there was at least he talked to somebody. So there may be somebody needing to be rescued, and you know there's definitely a fire needs to be put out. So there are 4 of you.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to say you've got 3 rounds to get the fire put out and or rescue somebody. And you need 8 successes. You need at least 2 successes to get the person out. And you need at least 6 successes to get the fire under control. So,
Okay.
Wait, so if we hit 6, we've done both?
correct. No, if you hit 8, because 2 of them, if somebody's going to go try to get the person out, they're going to have to try to, one person's going to do that, or 2 could. And then they could
Okay,
jump,
so-
and then the subsequent rounds, they could also start helping throw the buckets. Or you could just try to
for
put the fire
record,
out.
He did peek in and shout that because the person should be able to ambulate on their own.
Should be.
Okay.
But they may be trapped. Who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe they took too much of that smoke.
They may be just a wimp who didn't like their shoulder surgery.
They're gonna hold their arm and be like, "Oh, I can't walk."
Okay, so let me double check. Say, since we're rookies here on dramatic tasks, I think everybody is dealt a card to start with.
Yeah, I didn't play the session -1, so.
Well, we didn't do a
I'm
dramatic
totally new to
task
this.
on any of those, I don't think.
Yeah, we
We
watched
didn't.
Scott get murdered.
Yeah, we haven't done dramatic tasks yet.
Okay,
We just murdered Scott.
Savage. I think I would have already had this up. I'm a dick with
Oh, don't say that about yourself.
pages.
Don't call yourself a dickweed.
Performing the task. Characters are dealt action cards as usual during their dramatic cast. Those attempting the task make relevant skill checks and get task tokens for each task. each success and raise. Failure means no progress, and a critical failure reduces progress by 1 if there is any. Now, I don't want to upgrade Adobe. Thank you, though, for asking. The skills that can be used to accumulate tokens depend on the situation. It might be defined such as repair to defuse a bomb, or they might be open. Police officer might be able to use athletics to carry people from a burning building, while a mage uses telekinesis, spellcasting. GM breaks down the task into multiple steps if she likes, each one of which requires a different skill. The defusing of a bomb, for example, the heroes might first have to get 2 tokens to crack open the case using repair, and then 3 more tokens using electronics to rewire the timer. Requiring multiple skills throughout the task simply makes it more difficult, since raises from one type of skill don't carry over to the others. In the bomb example above, for example, cracking open the case requires 2 repair successes. Additional successes don't carry over to the electronics roll. Complications. Hang on, I'm about to sneeze.
Achoo.
Waiting for it.
Oh no, it's just tickling my nose. Damn. If a character's action card is a club, something has gone wrong. Attempts to resolve the task or support it are made at an additional -2. Worse, if the roll is failed during a complication, the dramatic task fails. The bomb explodes, the computer locks the hacker out, the victim cannot be saved, and so on. The character may choose not to attempt a roll on his turn. He has a complication. It just costs him precious time. And support. Characters assisting with support option suffer. If they suffer a complication penalty, then an additional -2 of their action card. An additional -2 if their action card is a club. Critical failure on the part just subtracts from the lead roll as usual. However, it doesn't cause the entire task to fail. So, I will be dealing everybody cards, but first, who's doing what, and what skill are you using to do this?
I'm forgetting what's his head that didn't actually pay me for the work I was doing. So I'm running out to grab a bucket of water and try and put out the fire in the kitchen.
So I guess we'll
Water it is.
we will use an athletics to grab bucket. So is that what the first thing everybody's doing?
At least I am.
Okay.
I don't. Pax said he might be checking on a dude.
What's Pax doing?
Yeah,
I guess I'm doing athletics with my D4 athletics.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be trying to get whoever it was that Drago just spoke with, get them out of the premises.
Okay. So now there's other things. If you can look at any of your skills and can think of a feasible way, like how would this skill be useful to help complete this task? Like one thing I can think of, maybe you use persuasion to start yelling at nearby people to come help. Trying to think. Notice roll. Maybe you notice that fire's hotter in one area, and you should tell them, and you use it to target that area. Persuasion could also be like just giving your friends, like, you can do it. You can do it. That kind of thing. But you can't use the same thing over and over, or it will start getting harder. So I'll deal the cards. Let me think I can make dramatic tasks for you. All button. There we go. Okay, I'm not sure. Does it show up for you in your combat tracker, the dramatic task
Yes.
box? Okay. So I will deal cards. Usual card. Build off. Hang on, because it doesn't go. Or does it? It says you're dealt action cards as normal.
He got the Joker.
Okay. GM starts to figure out what the task is and how long they need. Blah, blah, blah. Multi-person tasks. If more than one person can attempt the task at once, such as crewing different stations and a falling starship. The GM must with the number of rounds it takes, assuming each player will average 1 success per turn. Use the guidelines if you want to be fair and set the number of rounds from 3 to 5 you feel appropriate. So let me change that to the other word. I was thinking it was 2 per each, so 4.
Quick question. I didn't see anything on my UI after you dealt cards.
You don't have the combat tracker open?
You have the combat tracker.
Oh, I don't have it up. Hold on.
Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, wow. That's way
See.
different than our other game.
Yeah, use
I didn't
guidelines if
get
you
a
want
card.
the task to be fair, and set the number of rounds from 3 to 5 if you feel appropriate.
That's because you got a Joker. That's why.
Oh, shit. That was me.
Yeah, and everybody, I'm just curious if that's the same one you're dealt on if you get to keep your action card for your dramatic task as well. I think it's separate. That's what I'm trying to figure it out. If a party of 5 is given 3 rounds to save a starship, for example, it needs to accumulate 15 task tokens. And 3 rounds increase or decrease the number of tokens. The number of tokens achieved is a measure of success rather than a straight win-fail condition, such as victims from a fire, taking bags of gold from a bank, blah, blah, blah. Each token gathered represents a person saved, item recovered, etc. Don't trade. Here's your deal action card. So, yeah, I guess it would be, so I'll keep that. That's yours. So you got a Joker. So everybody should have got a Benny. Did everybody get an increased Benny?
I do have one
Yeah,
extra
yes.
Banny.
I got one extra.
Yep. So that's nice. So also
that 'cause
with
he got a Joker?
with a Joker, you can choose to go at any time. You can interrupt somebody else and say, "Nope, I'm going to go first." You don't have to, but you
Where do I
have
see the
that
bennies?
option. You also get a +2 on any roll when you're dealt a Joker.
Is the Benny the red star with a circle?
No, that means you're a wild card. The little number beside the 2 white
It's the-
boxes, it says 3.
It's next. If you have your character sheet open, it's next to that red star. There should be 3 of them.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to keep track of the tracker and yeah.
Yeah, and bennies can
You're
be
good.
used to re-roll and stuff like that. I say as well as I think it will already do it for you, but when you're dealt a Joker, you get a +2 on your roll. So when you make your roll, just it should show the modifier. If it doesn't, we'll add 2 to it. So unless see, so we'll start. Yeah. Do you want to go first, Drago, since you got the Joker?
No, I'll at least I'll wait and see what's going on.
Well, you'll either that or you'll go last because through your dramatic task, this isn't like.
Oh, I thought you said I could go on any turn.
Yeah, but if this was combat, you could pick which turn you go. You can go here. I'm just saying that once you get to the bottom, it's your turn order in a dramatic task. Unless you're
okay,
assisting
okay.
someone else, isn't really
that's
going to
fine
affect. So
I'm gonna take the first turn because nobody ever comes to my restaurant, so I'm not gonna ask for help because no one's ever helped me. I'm just gonna run toward the water source and grab a bucket and see if I can haul it back in.
you said you were
Maybe
using an athletics check.
maybe grab an extra one.
Use your athletics. See what
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out.
it's under trait. Yeah.
Hey.
And it did add the +2 in there. So that is a success, but no raise. Is that good enough for you? Or you want to re-roll that because you can take if you re-roll, you can pick which roll you want to use, but if it's a critical failure, you're stuck with it. And that
Basically saying the only way you could possibly do better at this point is if you rolled a 6 a couple of times.
It's my first round. I'll just take it. I accomplished exactly what I wanted to do, which was fill up a bucket and run it back into the kitchen.
Dixon, you were grabbing a bucket as well?
Can I use my science to direct the others to where the water might be most usefully put?
Sure. You're using physics and education. Like, no, if you throw it here, it'll also roll down the wall and help. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Science.
Well, I
Yeah.
got a success.
Yeah, it is a success. Jonathan, you have clubs, so that one has a complication. So you'll have a -2 to your roll. You can choose to maybe you're stumbling around and dropped a bucket and have to refill it or something, or you can just like try to refocus yourself and wait around. But again,
I'd just like to say that this is unfair.
yeah, you can say that. You still have to deal with it.
Can I use my notice to try to get ahead of where the fire is going?
Sure.
I suppose.
And
Pew!
that would have been a -2. It didn't automatically put that on because you had the clubs.
Yeah,
That would be cool if it automatically put that on there. So that's still, you got a 4. So it's a
excellent.
1 success.
We're taking that.
Mm-hmm.
Pax, you were heading to try to, what are you using to,
I'm gonna start by using my notice to basically notice where where this person is.
try
Need to figure out exactly where they are first.
Okay.
Oh, explode!
Yeah, and you needed 2 success with that. So you see the guy, and you managed to grab him and start heading towards the door.
Okay.
So you got your part done. There is a guy in there. Yelps a little bit when you grab him and put his arm over because his shoulder looks all bandaged up.
And it's just him. I don't see anyone else.
Was there anybody else?
No, it's just the one guy.
Okay.
I mean, he could have walked out of there.
That's round 1.
He fell into a cactus, man. I like cut 3 things out of his shoulder.
Round 2. Dixon, you get to go first. But you do have a complication. You got a club.
Oh,
-2. Oh, see,
Well-
look. If you look in the chat log, it says dramatic task complication -2.
That may just be for a reminder. I don't know that that's going to, because it didn't automatically throw it on Garrett's.
Okay.
let's see. Yeah, I think I gotta take a turn off because I don't think I got anything else to. Because if I roll my 4 athletics, there is absolutely no shot that I can.
Yeah, there is. It can
Well,
always
you could
explode.
Yeah, it could explode.
But if
All right.
but remember, worse if the roll is a fail during a complication, the dramatic task failed.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I'm gonna take the turn off.
If anybody fails once, the whole thing fails.
Let me double check. It says requiring complications. If the character's action card is a club, something has gone wrong. Attempts to resolve the task or support it are made at an additional -2. Worse, if a roll is failed during a complication, the dramatic task fails.
Oh, okay.
So it could be one of those things
Oh,
that he's like, no, throw it over here or something. And it's like, that's the
He
wrong
just
spot.
blows it up.
And it
Yeah.
not, maybe you chunk it, but he didn't see that there was a kerosene lamp right there. And you knock it off the wall and it just causes it to spread even faster. You know, what? Okay, so you're going to wait?
I'm gonna wait.
Pax. You've
All right.
gotten this guy outside. Now what are you doing?
All right. I will join in the fighting of the fire. I'm going to use my persuasion to call to townsfolk.
Can I shoot the fire? Relevant skill.
I punched the fire.
Okay. That's 1 success.
Can I stealth the fire?
I'm going to sneak away from the fire. Okay, Jonathan, you're up.
I'm going to use my athletics to attempt to bucket.
Okay.
Well, that's not great.
You did not bucket.
I'm gonna.
You can use a Benny.
Yep.
God bless.
There's a success.
Your
I love
straight
this.
roll was a
Straight roll
natural
was a
one.
natural one.
Don't worry about it.
And Drago.
Well,
Just one more
Drake-
success, right?
You got.
I hope
3,
something's
4,
keeping track of those.
Well, see, 2 of yours were to get the guy, so they need 6. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, just one more success.
Looking at that thievery skill.
Trying to steal
I'm gonna
water from the well.
steal some fire.
No. So what I'm thinking is, I remember that there were some hinges on the window to the kitchen that had like some serious like carriage bolts on them once they were installed, and I'm wondering if like running in there and just like unhinging those would just let a bunch of oxygen in
To fuel
wait, no,
that?
oxygen's bad.
Let oxygen in to do what besides fuel it?
Yeah, it was a really great idea until I kept thinking about it.
I thought you were gonna say that you needed to close it, and I was like, okay, I could see that working. And then you're like, and then I wanted to open it.
Yeah, with lots of oxygen just rushing through there.
I
No,
just took out
okay.
an insurance
No,
policy
perfect.
on the building.
We're not metagaming at all. Instead of trying to open the carriage bolts weren't on the window. Obviously, they were on the big like canvas awning that stood out from the side of the kitchen windows. And if I unhinge those, then the whole thing will come down and like stifle some oxygen flow to the kitchen.
Okay. And what skill is this?
Trying to use thievery to get up there and like fiddle with the bolts.
Sure.
Whew.
That's a success. So there's 2, 4, 5, 6, and 2 more. So as you kick out manages to get up in there and pull those carriage bolts loose, and the awning slams. It's like like kind of sheet metal. And
I kind of ride it down.
and it just slams in there. And as it does, is that you hear that it tries to whoosh in, and it just kind of suffocates it. And you see just like smoke starting to pour out from behind it as you've saved it from spreading to the other buildings. But as you take time for the smoke to kind of clear and look around, yeah, your restaurant is ruined.
Well, I'm sorry, Drago. Those were the best meatballs I've ever had.
Probably the only ones.
Hey, I've had some meatballs in New York with the wife.
Yeah, Drago, you ever think about learning how to cook yourself a nice, delicious flank steak?
I know how to cook a steak. I just didn't want to make them here. Everybody else makes steaks.
How about you looking for some new work? Maybe pay off some damages. Maybe set up a new restaurant.
He's like, does he have any idea how much money it's going to take to like rebuild this place?
More than
He
you
kind
got.
of overtook like an old building.
Yeah, you basically scraped up life savings to get this little rat hole of a place and get supplies and try to get the word out, and pretty much your life savings just went up in smoke. And as you're sitting there, he's asking you that, and you're just looking at this building, just kind of like gutted yourself, feeling gutted. You're like, God damn, barely think you made another hole in my shoulder instead of fixing that one, and you try to burn me down. God damn, man. And you see
They're
this guy,
going to survive.
he's sitting on the ground, leaning up against the well area there.
I avoided the nerve lines. You're fine. Do you want
Jonathan will
anyone who
kind
knows
of,
their way around a meat space?
he'll slide up next to you. He'll he'll slide the paper into your. Are you like sitting down, or how are you taking this news right now?
He's kind of leaning against the half charred corner that's closest to the kitchen. So there's an ember that's starting to glow on his like shirt corner.
I'm gonna pull out the the poster as it's still rolled up. I'm gonna
What's
offer
the
it off.
poster?
Out, I'm gonna put it in your hand, and I'm gonna tip my hat, and let me know if you're interested.
And you see the reward on there, $1,000, dead or alive.
We didn't hear my shotgun blow up, did we?
Now
Boom,
now
the
that you mention it, you start hearing like shells start going off. No, I'm assuming you've got a little room somewhere that you stay that you probably.
It's in a lockbox in the medical room.
Okay, well, we'll say it was a
You know, sometimes the surgery just goes so wrong that you're like,
gotta put them down.
You gotta pump your double barrel. I'm just kidding.
So yeah, so you go through as he's talking to you, and you're kind of searching to see what maybe could be salvaged, and your lockbox is there. Some of the wood is started to burn through. The metal on it around the outside, kind of the skeleton of it, is still fine, and a little bit of smoke damage to whatever was inside, but everything's useful.
gonna quickly rifle through some belongings there. Pull a small faded lithograph out of his like keepsake box and tuck it into a pocket, and then grab the shotgun and load up on it. Bandages and flask of whiskey, and just kind of load all that up, shotgun over his back, and come back around, still wearing like the butcher's apron. Put a Stetson on, and show back up around the side. All right, talk to me more about this person we're trying to remove or bring back.
He's one of those ne'er do wells, and he's got the marshal's attention, and they asked me to come out here and deal with it, and they got the ranger's attention by rustling up a gang of goons, we'll call them. Pax knows at least one of them personally. And Dixon here, I met on a train this way, so
Oh, this is all so exciting. Get to go apprehend Desperado. I know
What
good
is
Nick.
what is Drago witnessing with this kind of neurotic sounding individual?
He's
you got to describe your character. You missed what your character looks like.
Yeah.
he's an old man in a nice looking tweed outfit, and he got a bowler cap on with his white hair spiked out from underneath it on both sides.
1.21 gigawatts.
Yep. That comparison has been made.
So you stand there as the sun setting across the Texas sky. Well, last remnants of the ashes burning out of this building. You hear a few timbers creak and fall. And camera pans out as the group of you stand there looking at this poster. You hear the wind blow, and we'll call it there because it's 1 o'clock and we said we wouldn't run super late. I would keep playing,
Thank you.
but again, it was.
I gotta go to work.
Yeah.
Understandable.
And-
Yeah.
We got the introductions almost entirely out of the way
Yeah.
this time.
And
Yeah.
1 p.m. on the nose.
That was fun.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go to bed. I'll talk to
Same.
you guys later.
Cool. Well, thanks
Have
for
a good
anybody
one,
that actually
guys.
watched, and thanks y'all for playing. Thanks much
Yeah.
for jumping in at the late notice, Brandon.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh no, I wish it'd been more because I wanted to have a cool like paragraph or two dialogue to read for the opening. Like here's the setting and blah blah, and give it that cool vibe and atmosphere. And it's more like, hey, we're here. We're gonna play some Deadlands, and we started late, so let's do something. And that was our intro. But
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody was
Well, that
there.
was fun. I do look forward to more.
Cool.
But I have to be up. I have to be at work in 7 hours, so I'm leaving.
Okay, not everybody.
Night, guys.
Have a good night.